In a world overwhelmed by distractions, uncertainty, and emotional noise, the ability to make wise, effective decisions is a superpower. Yet, decision-making isn't merely a matter of logic. It's deeply intertwined with our emotions, perceptions, and character. Enter Stoicism, a philosophy over 2 millennia old, offering profound yet practical tools for cutting through the fog of modern life. This video explores how adopting a Stoic mindset can sharpen your decision-making, deepen your self-awareness, and lead to greater peace and purpose. Before we dive deeper, if you're finding value in this video, take a second to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss out on future insights that can help you build better habits and master productivity. Also, if you know someone who could benefit from this, go ahead and share it with them. It might just make their day. At the heart of Stoic philosophy lies a remarkably simple yet transformative idea. Focus on what you can control and let go of what you can't. This distinction between the internal and the external is foundational to Stoic thinking and profoundly impacts decision-making. The Stoics taught that while we cannot control external events such as the economy, the weather, or other people's opinions, we have absolute control over our own thoughts, attitudes, and actions. This clarity allows us to filter out noise and focus on the one domain we can influence: ourselves. Take a moment to consider how much energy is wasted worrying about things entirely beyond our influence. Stoicism encourages us to redirect that energy inward toward cultivating self-discipline, clear judgment, and virtuous intent. In decision-making, this becomes a crucial skill. We cannot always choose our circumstances, but we can always choose our response. When you face a difficult decision, whether it's a career move, a conflict with a loved one, or a moral dilemma, the Stoic asks, what is within my control right now? This question brings instant clarity. By releasing the illusion of control over outcomes and focusing instead on the process and intention, we free ourselves from anxiety and second-guessing. Life is inherently uncertain. Plans fall apart. People change. Unexpected obstacles emerge. And yet, it's precisely in these moments that Stoicism shines. The Stoics embrace the concept of fate, not in a fatalistic or passive sense, but as an acknowledgement of the world's unpredictability. They call it more fatty the love of fate, which means embracing whatever happens, not just tolerating it. This mindset cultivates a powerful psychological advantage: resilience. When we accept that not everything will go as planned, we become less fragile. Decision-making becomes less about perfect prediction and more about flexible, values-based action. For example, imagine you're launching a new business. There are countless variables beyond your control: market trends, competitors, global events. A Stoic doesn't ignore these, but also doesn't become paralyzed by them. Instead, they prepare carefully, act with integrity, and accept that some things won't go according to plan. Marcus Aurelius, the Roman emperor and Stoic philosopher, often reminded himself that setbacks are not obstacles to action, they are the path to action. As he wrote in Meditations, the impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. When facing uncertainty, the Stoic approach is to anchor yourself in values, prepare for challenges, and remain open to the unexpected. Resilience becomes a byproduct of letting go of the illusion of certainty. At the core of Stoic ethics lies the idea that virtue is the highest good. For the Stoics, virtue wasn't a vague ideal, it was a practical guide for life and decision-making. The 4 cardinal virtues of Stoicism are wisdom, justice, courage, temperance. For instance, suppose you're offered a job with a higher salary but questionable ethical practices. A Stoic approach would go beyond the surface benefits and evaluate the decision through the lens of virtue. Would accepting this role align with your integrity, your reasoned judgment, and your long-term values? Modern culture often equates success with outcomes, wealth, status, or convenience. Stoicism flips this on its head. Success is acting with virtue, regardless of the outcome. This mindset leads to decisions grounded in character rather than short-term gain. Clear decision-making isn't just about principles, it's also about self-awareness. Stoics emphasize the importance of self-reflection as a daily practice. Seneca advised reviewing one's day each evening, examining actions, emotions, and judgments. This reflective process helps us understand our own biases, habits, and emotional triggers, all which shape our decisions, often unconsciously. Consider the role of emotions. While Stoicism is often misunderstood as being anti-emotion, the truth is more nuanced. Stoics didn't suppress emotions, they examined them. They understood that unchecked emotions like fear, anger, or desire can hijack rational thinking. When faced with critical choice, a Stoic would ask, am I reacting emotionally or am I responding wisely? Through practices like journaling, meditation, and mindful pauses, they trained themselves to notice emotional impulses without being ruled by them. This detachment isn't cold indifference, it's clarity. It's the space between stimulus and response where real choice exists. By cultivating metacognition, thinking about your thinking, you gain the power to step outside your automatic reactions. You start to recognize when you're being driven by ego, insecurity, or past trauma, and you begin to replace those impulses with conscious, value-aligned action. In high-stakes situations like negotiating a contract, ending a relationship, or confronting a colleague, this clarity can be the difference between regret and resolve. Putting Stoic wisdom into practice. Philosophy, to the Stoics, was never an abstract pursuit. It was a way of life. As Epictetus said, don't explain your philosophy, embody it. Here are practical ways to bring Stoic thinking into your decision-making process. Before making a decision, list what you can control and what you can't. Focus your energy and planning only on what's within your power. Use the 4 virtues as a checklist for any major choice. If a decision violates even one, reconsider your path. Create a space between stimulus and response. Whether it's through deep breaths, journaling, or a walk, give yourself the space to reflect before acting. A Stoic exercise called premeditatio malorum, premeditation of evils, involves imagining what could go wrong. This prepares you emotionally and helps clarify your priorities. Don't just accept outcomes, embrace them. View each challenge as a chance to live your philosophy. Spend a few minutes each evening reviewing your actions and decisions. Ask, did I act according to virtue? What did I do well? What could I improve? Complexity often clouds good decisions. The Stoics favored simplicity not in thoughtlessness, but in clarity. Strip decisions down to their essentials. Here are some real-world examples of Stoic decision-making. Marcus Aurelius leading Rome. As emperor, Marcus Aurelius faced war, plague, and betrayal. Yet he constantly returned to his Stoic principles, making decisions rooted in justice and restraint. Instead of reacting with vengeance or fear, he acted with deliberation, humility, and purpose. Modern leadership. Many leaders, from entrepreneurs to military officers, apply Stoic thinking today. James Stockdale, a U.S. Navy officer and prisoner of war in Vietnam, credited Epictetus with helping him survive and lead under brutal conditions. His decisions were guided not by fear or anger, but by internal discipline and ethical clarity. Everyday life. Imagine you're in a heated argument with a partner. A reactive decision might be to shout, withdraw, or say something hurtful. A Stoic response would be to pause, examine your emotions, and choose a response aligned with love, respect, and courage. Whether in business, relationships, or personal growth, Stoic principles elevate your ability to choose wisely even when emotions run high. In a world that often rewards haste, noise, and external validation, Stoicism offers a quiet revolution. It calls us back to our core, our character, our values, and our reason. The Stoic mindset is not about suppressing feelings or becoming indifferent to life. It's about facing life head-on, equipped with tools that promote clarity, integrity, and peace. Effective decision-making doesn't come from having all the answers. It comes from knowing yourself, aligning with virtue, and choosing the best course of action regardless of the outcome. Stoicism trains you to do exactly that. And in the noise of the modern world, that quiet confidence might just be the most powerful decision you'll ever make. If you enjoyed this video and want more content on habit formation, productivity, and personal growth, make sure to subscribe and join our community. Your support helps the channel grow, and I truly appreciate it. And if you found this helpful, share it with a friend who might need it. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.